on Nova 100.
Morning, 18 past 8. You're on the air here at Nova 100. It is Jace and Lauren Clint here from the newsroom, and we are talking book week coming up in the next few minutes. First, though,
McCreary with a check. What are we saying at the MCG? The Pies go bang, 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 and they lead Brisbane by a point. Time will beat them. Oh, those Collingwood Knights.
almost, I would say, up there as one of the biggest games of the year. It was an absolute ripper, and we are set for a showdown on Friday night as well from the Pies. Mr. Mason Cox, good morning.
Good morning, Mace.
Good morning.
Hello, Mace.
Well done on the weekend.
Yeah, no, it was a good win. Very close win. 1 point thriller against Brisbane, who obviously played in the grand final last week.
Did it feel
last
good?
year.
What's it like after a win like that?
It's a statement, Clint. It's a statement.
Yeah, at that point, we still had to wait for some other results throughout the rest of the day to kind of see if we're still in finals. So I think that was a massive, confidence booster for us to come back, as we did for a long time over the last kind of 2 years. We've been able to do that. So it was good. It was exciting. You had 60,000 fans there and just going absolutely nuts watching it. And, I'm sure thousands at home. And yeah, just a really great feeling to be able to come back and get a W.
Well, it's the last round this week. You only have to win by 198 points to make the finals.
It's like that Dumb and Dumber quote. So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance.
What's the score we have to get?
100. You got to win by 198, I believe.
Yeah, check your sports bet, mate.
And then depend on other results falling.
So it's not impossible.
Your way.
We're first off the bat, too, so we're on Friday night, so we'll have to do our job as best we can and then just wait for the rest of the results to hopefully fall our way over the weekend.
Oh, gosh.
AFL have come out saying highest ever all-time attendance record is set to be broken Friday night for the season.
Wow.
Right? So
Between Melbourne and Collingwood?
No.
Throughout the whole year.
Overall, throughout the year.
Yeah.
Gross number of spectators.
Gross attendance.
Oh, for the year
Almost
in total.
7.5 million fans have attended the 2024
Staggering.
season.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible.
There you go. That's good.
Friday night will be a huge game.
Will you take on Melbourne? I've got to ask the question.
Go ahead.
What would Christian Petracca look like in black and white?
Oh.
He grew up barracking for Collingwood.
Yeah. I don't know what I can and can't say around this. Personally, I'm happy to have him if he wants to come
Any
across. I
team
don't know how it all worked, but he's a heck of a player. Yeah, it's an interesting little experience for him over the last couple of weeks, I guess, through the media. But, I think this is kind of how these things happen whenever you're away from the club for a little bit with injury. There's people like to speculate, so I'm not really sure. I don't know him personally as well as you, Clint. But
Well, you've been through it too, right? You had some
Yeah.
serious injuries and had to take some time off. What was the pressure behind the scenes for you to be present in the club during that time, or were you allowed the time to be away from the club and heal? Because there has been some criticism of him going to Noosa to take some time to heal, which to me seems perfectly
Legit,
fine and
yeah.
perfectly normal.
yeah, especially the injury he had. Like you can't even break a sweat. You can't do anything. So there's not really a lot you can kind of contribute to the club. You can be in meetings and help out with maybe doing vision with people and stuff like that. But overall, there's not a lot. The biggest thing is you want to be still involved. Like I think you want that kind of camaraderie of being around the players and stuff still in that. But overall, like you're really going in there and you might be able to help out for like 30 minutes here and there.
But you also
kinda
need to
just
protect
hang
your
it.
mind as well and take that time
Yeah,
to,
I'd
to
totally
look after
support what he
yourself,
did.
right?
We
Yeah.
were chatting about the track situation earlier in the show because yesterday he fronted up at training to address the players.
Just to give a bit of an explanation as to what had been going down in
Which-
terms of his rehab, his recovery.
Which surprises me. It's like they're in the dark because even you said, Loz, Track's been on the show the last couple of weeks. He's been filling us in.
Yeah, but we're also getting sort of third-party messages about what that conversation was about and what that meeting was about. So who knows? Who knows?
Do you feel for him?
I do. Yeah, it's frustrating because he's a big name. Like people want to know what's
He
going
carries
on,
a lot
and
of
people,
pressure on
yeah,
his
and
shoulders.
it comes with a lot of responsibility, obviously. But I think like a lot of pressure from the media side of things too, where someone might think they heard something and all of a sudden they make a story out of it. So it's got to be frustrating from his standpoint. Like. He's already injured. He's already probably frustrated with that. And then to have all this other stuff kind of pile on to that is never ideal.
Back to the Pies. Friday night. Do you
Go ahead, Jace.
do you go into it with the mentality there's a chance?
Yeah. I think you want to play your best, right? Every time you go out and play in front of a big crowd, you want to entertain them. You want to kind of put your best foot forward, and that's what we're going to try to do on Friday. There's, I think you got to sit there and go, okay, we're just going to play our way, and whatever happens, kind of happens. And obviously, we know we have to kick a big score, so hopefully we can do that.
Well, there's been a bit of spice in Melbourne Collingwood encounters in the past as well.
Yeah.
So it should make for a great spectacle.
Didn't you and Track have it out last time? You were both on the field as well?
Years ago,
That was a
I
while
think.
ago.
I remember that.
Hey, Mace, it is always interesting this time of year, though, because we say goodbye to so many great players in the last round. I know you put on your Instagram yesterday about Ben Brown retiring. You're a big fan of his.
Yeah, he's one of the nicest guys. I don't know if you ever met him. He is seriously, him and his wife are just the most lovely people you'll ever meet. And I think it's one of those things for me. Like, I never grew up kind of, supporting a team or anything like that because I'm not from here. But, there's people you meet from oppositions and stuff through, appearances or whatever it is, and you kind of get to know them. And you realize that you're all doing the same thing. You're all really, just in different colors, but we're all doing the same job.
Yeah.
And you just have a lot of, crossover with them. You kind of get to know them. And I don't know him really personally, but every time I've met him, he's just been such a lovely human. And you just, want to wish him all the best for the next kind of part of life.
And so Friday potentially could be the Pies' last game for the year, potentially.
Yeah.
Unless you win by 198 points plus. Have you got anyone that is saying goodbye this weekend that we might see for the last time for the Pies?
Not that I know of. No, not that I know of. We've had a GM has kind of told us he's not coming back.
Great,
so
right.
yeah, we've got to kind of figure out who he does a lot of the contracts. Mm-hmm. So kind of sorting through that and what it'll look like for a lot of the admin staff.
He's not really
and some
getting
of
a
the
lap,
players
is
and
he?
stuff.
Guard of honour.
Yeah.
Variety.
I always find it so
He's been
sad.
in Europe. He's been in Europe for like
living his
6
best
months.
life.
So committed.
Hey, Mace, you got any plans tonight?
Tonight, yes, I do have plans.
We're
What
going,
about
yes,
you?
we're
hang
going
on.
on a date.
We're going on a man
What do
date.
you
Now,
mean?
we're going
Where
on
are
a
you
date
going?
which involves heavy breathing.
Sorry?
I wanted to join this, but you
What
said
are
you're
you-
not up for a three-way on the date thing. This is the breathing thing, is it? Is this
Yeah, there's
it?
going to be a lot of others
Oh,
there
yeah.
as well. It's more of a group type.
What are you doing?
situation.
Oh, it's an all-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can book in if you want, Jace. Feel free to
We're
join.
going, Lauren, we are going to the Breath House on Bridge Road.
And what happens at the Breath House?
It's a breathing.
Exercise.
I've never done it before. Mace, tell us about what we're going to do.
It's a little bit of like kind of like meditation almost, right? So like you kind of do like conscious breathing.
Wim Hof.
Bit of Wim Hof. Yeah. It's a very good way of putting it. So you do that and it's kind of, it's a bit of, taking time away just to relax and clear your mind and stuff like that. So we're going to do that tonight. And I'm excited.
How do I prepare for the
Just
Breath
wear
House?
something as comfortable as possible.
Don't breathe between now and then. You don't want to peak.
I don't want to waste my breath.
Don't practice.
Also, I'm
Don't
glad he
practice.
gave us the heads up, because if Lauren called Clint later and he's like, I'll put Mace on, he wants to say hi, you'd be like, what the hell are you
Yeah,
doing?
thanks for the invite, guys.
Well, we're going to test it out, and then I thought, if all
'Cause
goes well,
there's someone in here that could do with some kind of
I
mind calm and
hear
meditation.
you, Lauren.
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be so distracted. He'd last 3 minutes.
I'd love to see him trying to sit still and meditate.
You've been trying to get me to hold my breath for the last 3 years we've worked together.
How's that
And
going?
I've failed miserably.
Hey, mate, great game last weekend. Bring it home strong this weekend. There's a chance.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
That's how we need
Good
to go
luck,
into it.
Mace.
Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.